What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. And today we're going to be taking the Miata in to change all the fluids before its first autocross of its life tomorrow. Now, normally I would be autocrossing the Camaro, but since the truck is sold, the new truck is still not here, and the Jeep's really not going to be happy about towing the Camaro, then we're going to be just taking the Miata. This is going to be the most stock, unprepared car out there tomorrow. So we'll see how horrible we do. But before that, we need to change the fluids that have probably been in this thing for its life. Obviously the oil's been changed, but everything else I'm assuming is probably original. So let's jump in, let's get it to the shop, we'll get it up in the air and see what we can do. All right, guys, so like I said, this will surely be the first autocross of this 1990 Miata's life. Now, I primarily, over the past, since 2012, have been autocrossing Camaros. I've had two 5th generation Camaros and now currently the white 6th generation Camaro that you guys have seen on the channel. But prior to that, I did autocross low-powered cars. I will throw my first autocross car up here now. It was a 1986 Volkswagen Cabriolet with a salvage title with a Rabbit front end swap on it, because I assume it was so badly crashed that that was the only car they could find to put parts on it. But I absolutely loved that car. I beat the heck out of that car at autocross. I dailied it, I wintered it, I did all the things to that car. So this will hopefully bring back some of those memories of back when autocross was fun. Not that it's not fun now, but now with a high-powered car with lots of grip, you are getting off the autocross course most of the times angry that you didn't go that 1/10 of a second quicker than your previous run or the other guy that's beating you. And by angry, I don't mean actually angry, but it's not as just carefree fun as it used to be with the Volkswagen. The Volkswagen, you were just excited to make it through a lap without the car blowing up and it held together and none of the wheels fell off. So I think this is going to be some of that, but there is about 7 guys in the E-Street class that this car is in. So we're going to have some competition out there. But before all of that can happen, we're going to need to change some fluids on this thing. Like I said, we had the valve cover off when we were replacing the gasket. The motor is outrageously clean. There's no sludge, anything like that. So we aren't worried about sludgy motor. But when's the last time the transmission or the rear axle fluid was changed? Anytime, you know, on a car from the 90s, you just have no clue on service history. And as easy as replacing fluids is, it's just going to be something quick, easy, and one less thing to think about in the back of your mind. So let's get it up on the lift in the shop and get some fluids drained. So the last thing I wanted to take care of was this factory Mazda badge on the front. It was peeling and kind of flaky on the very top edge, and it just didn't look as nice as the rest of the car. So I threw some green masking tape down so I could for sure know where the location was of that factory badge, and then used a steamer. Now that's something we use to pull window tint off of vehicle, and it's kind of just a safe way to apply heat to something without worrying about hurting the finish. So using that steamer, I was able to get the old 30-year-old adhesive to release, but that still left me with quite a bit of residue on the paint. So grabbed some Acrosol and a microfiber and just kind of slowly and carefully worked, trying not to damage that factory paint, and used a plastic scraper to kind of aid in getting that old 30-year-old adhesive off the paint. But honestly, it came off really nice. The paint wasn't faded around it, and since I threw that green tape down, I knew exactly where to throw the new factory decal on the car. And it was really cool that you could still order that factory nameplate badge from Mazda, go right into the dealership with your VIN number and order a brand new decal. And that just kind of helped make this thing look as nice as it could or should look. So once I got that adhesive off, I was able to grab that new badge. I did use a little alcohol prep wipe just to make sure there was no residue of anything else, and tried to line this thing up as factory fresh as possible, because that was kind of the big thing left on the exterior of this car, on it looking as nice as it could. But as you can see, looks like it should have. Nice and fresh. Well guys, got oil change, transmission fluid change, rear axle fluid change, and got that new Mazda badge decal nameplate on the front, because of course you've got to have it looking as good as you possibly can. But I don't know if you guys could tell from the video, but the rear axle fluid and transmission fluid was outrageously dark. I am pretty confident in saying that that was original fluids on the 90. Now it does only have 30,000 miles, but fluid still gets old with time. So my goodness, that fluid was dark and nasty. So I feel much, much better having fresh fluid in this thing. So we should be, in theory, as ready as a completely bone stock Miata with all season, not autocross capable tires could be, but we should still have fun and at least know we aren't hurting the car with nasty fluids. So hopefully tomorrow morning we'll be driving to Yoder, Kansas, autocrossing this thing, and hopefully not taking completely last place in the class, because we are very, very stock, but we'll see. We'll give it all we got, and hopefully you guys will stick around and watch that next video also. But guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.